Cosatu says it's all systems go for its national strike against corruption, job losses and gender-based violence on Wednesday. The Labour Federation says unlike in normal times, no marches will be held. Instead, it's asking members to stay at home or attend socially distanced pickets in their localities. We're going to take a quick listen to what they had to say before we cross to my colleague Mbongeni Muthwa. All right, what a pity, no audio there. Let's cross now to my colleague Mbongeni Muthwa, who's got more for us on this Cosatu national strike on Wednesday. Mbongeni?
Well, thank you, Nompu. We're standing outside Cosatu House, of course, where they just had a briefing to talk about their national strike on Wednesday. It was the General Secretary of Cosatu, Mr. Mbongeni Muthwa. He was joined by the first Deputy President of Cosatu, Mr. Mike Shingange, as well. Well, what is noticeable, of course, is that unlike in normal times, there is no buzz around this upcoming national strike. I mean, if you're going to have a national strike by Cosatu, by now, there would be a lot of buzz about it. The affiliates would have been coming up, hyping up the action. Of course, all Cosatu strikes are normally measured by the turnout of how many people come out for the marches to maybe government departments in major centers like Johannesburg or Durban. But this time around, it's different. There's going to be no marches because, of course, we're living still under the deadly virus of corona. They're saying there's going to be pickets that are going to be socially distanced. They are not encouraging people to come out in large numbers. Instead, they are asking their members to stay at home and not go to work. So it's a national strike under very difficult circumstances. Mr. Njali did acknowledge that, in fact, times are tough. The economy is bad. People have lost their jobs. But he said it's the members, especially members in the public sector, who are unhappy, of course, about being denied the wage increase, who say they want to demonstrate their anger. So it really makes you wonder, why would anyone bother to go on a national strike under conditions like this? But Cosatu says, well, it's the members who are pushing for it, no.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, Mbongeni, because I was going to say the same thing. I mean, it's really not likely to have the same impact as the noise, as the crowds, as the placards and, the passion that is on people's faces as they speak to a given issue. So what really is the point? And how long are they going to do it for? Because if they do it for a day, I mean, it's not really going to make much of a difference in anyone's life, is it?
Absolutely, Nombu. Also, given the number of jobs that has been lost, we just learned now from SABC that in the second quarter, 2.2 million people lost their jobs. The level of support that unions currently enjoy across the board, whether they are Cosatu unions or SAFTU unions, the impact of the devastation of the economy on union membership, morale, and so on. There is a big question around that. Of course, now because you've got the virus still raging in the country, you still have regulations that limit the number of people who are allowed to gather outdoors. Currently, it's been relaxed. Now it's about 500. So it's going to be difficult to judge whether this strike has been successful or not, and if not, why not. So it raises a lot of questions than answers, and I'm afraid even after Wednesday there's going to be a lot of questions which are just going to be left unanswered.
Mbongeni, thank you so much for your time and that insight there.